All right, guys, today we're going to do a little experiment. So we hear a lot about AI. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a comparison between off-the-shelf AI that responds to emails for you. You know, somebody sends back an objection versus off-the-shelf versus customized and self-aware of your company, what you do with methodologies to teach the AI how to respond in a human way, as opposed to just say this verbatim, because there's all type of different scenarios, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use Instantly. Instantly is a mass email program, very smart, nice program. What they do is they have everything you need to do some mass emails, and they actually use Microsoft Copilot in order to, as their AI agent, right? And so you can train it a little bit, or you could kind of tell it the scenario that you want it to be. In this case, hey, you know, our mission is we remove technical friction from sales process by optimizing HubSpot, automating sales pipelines for B2B consultancies from 10 to 100 employees. So we're kind of telling it what we do. And we tell a little bit, have a good tone of voice, don't be salesy. We're here to help people, basically. We want to set up a 5-minute discovery call and, be a consultative tone. If they're skeptical about technical risk, emphasize our experience. And so we tell it a little bit. So let's compare out the box with just a little information versus a more refined agent. And AI like this, and is kind of like this with almost all AI. We're kind of at the stage where we really need more refinement, and we need more self-aware agents, not out the box. So what we're going to use is we're going to use Make, which is a program that helps, just makes it easy to integrate, so we don't have to work with APIs directly, and it just saves a little bit of time. All right, so let's try it out here. So the first thing I did was I gave it the objection. So like we emailed somebody and then they said, hey, I need to talk it over, right? Pretty typical thing. And let's compare this AI out the box to what we have that we made for ourselves. So it says, okay, hi, Mr. Prospect. I completely understand wanting to take the time to think it over. If it helps, I'd be happy to schedule a quick 5-minute call to walk you through how we minimize any technical risk and ensure a seamless, zero downtime integration with your existing HubSpot setup. This way you can get all your questions answered and feel confident before moving forward. Would you be open to a brief chat this week? So it's kind of moving fast, right? And we know for those people that have been selling or trained on sales, if you move faster than the prospect, if you move faster than a prospect, or they feel rushed, then obviously they're going to throw up a barrier. It's going to trigger that part in the mind where they feel that there's, a mismatch, and they're going to say something like, I'm not interested, or just going to not respond back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this same thing, the same question here, and I have to email my Make scenario. And what it's going to do is it's listening for an email to come in, and then our trained agent with information, different sales methodologies, what I've learned over 15 years in sales, and some prompts. And then what it's going to do is it's going to give us an answer. So let's see what we get here. So this is the response we got. I hear you. Want to think it over, whether it's days or weeks or, 3 questions remain the same. Could you tighten your funnel, boost pipeline predictability? Do you know enough about your process to trust us? Is there harm in a quick audit? Are you open to a 10-minute pipeline audit to get those answers? So I feel that it's a better answer. It just kind of gives them something to think of instead of just moving forward so quick. Let's see, try something else here. So another one was, need to talk to wife partner. So the one out the box was, that makes perfect sense. Having your partner involved in the decision is important. If it will be helpful, I'm available for a brief 5-minute call where I can clearly explain how we handle the technical side with zero disruption to your current HubSpot setup. You're both welcome to join if you like, so everyone feels confident about the next steps. Would a quick call work sometime this week? Best regards. Let's see what we get here. All right, so let's see what we get here. I hear you. Getting buy-in from your partner makes sense. Forgive me if I'm misreading. but are you more unsure if this process will reliably drive meetings or that it's the right time to invest in your funnel? A quick 10-minute audit will pinpoint exactly how you can present the ROI to are open to that. So again, I think that that's a better answer. And some of it is subjective, but I think the main thing is what is most likely going to get you a response. So let's take a look at another one here. So we told instantly, we have it handled. So we sent an email to somebody and they said, hey, we have it handled. Here's a professional, responsible response. Let's see here. Hi, prospect. I appreciate you letting me know. If you ever encounter any technical friction or want to explore ways to optimize your HubSpot setup and automate your sales pipeline with zero disruption, feel free to reach out. We're here as a technical partner whenever you need. That's actually not a horrible answer. That's not bad, actually. So let's see what ours gave. And I need to just pause it and send an email to our scenario here and see what it gives us back. See what we got here. I hear you got it covered. Often handled pipelines hide leaks that bleed deals until it's too late. When was the last time you've mapped your full lead to CRM flow? Would you be open to a 10-minute audit to hunt any hidden drop-offs before they drain your pipeline? So I believe this is a more human answer because what we're doing is we're agreeing with them, but we're also kind of just seeing if they're open to new ideas, a provoking thought, instead of just pushing. So again, I think that's a pretty good answer. Let's see what else. So we also have, they responded back with, your process sounds complex, right? And that's something you get a lot when you sell technical services like we do, integrations and stuff like that. So let's see what Copilot says. So, hi, prospect. I appreciate your honesty about the process. While sales automation and HubSpot optimization can seem complex, our approach focuses on simplifying and automating the technical details behind the scenes. We have extensive experience delivering zero downtime integrations that seamlessly fit into your existing workflows without disruption. If you have 5 minutes, I'll be happy to walk you through how we make this as straightforward and risk-free as possible. Would you be open to a brief call? Okay, so let's email our scenario here and let's see what we get here with your process sounds complex. Okay, so let's see what we got here. I hear you. At first glance, our funnel engineering might seem complex. It's actually built to eliminate the manual juggling. We unify outreach, CRM syncs, and conversion triggers into one managed flow that auto seals leaks. Would you be open to a 10-minute audit of your current pipeline to see how we simplify your workflow? So again, I mean, anything you respond back to, it makes it easy, especially during email, for someone to just ignore you or respond negatively or not at all, because it's just a faceless way of communication. However, anything that we can do to just make the responses a little bit better, I think it helps, and I think that that's a good response. I think that that's kind of all the things that we tried. And oh, okay, I told you I'm not interested. Okay, so let's see here. That's a good one, because we actually train our AI rebuttal once or twice, 2 emails, maybe send 1 or 2 after, but then after that just stop so we don't harass anybody. But we just want to get clarity because that should be the goal, is just to get to the truth, right? What is the reality? Are they just busy? Are they just not interested? And if they're not interested and it's the wrong time, then we'll just leave them for now, maybe follow up in a couple months. But here, out the box, Copilot says, thank you for your candidness. I respect your decision and won't take up more of your time. Should you encounter any technical challenges with HubSpot or want to explore ways to remove sales friction in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out. Wishing you all the best. Not a horrible answer. Thank you for your candidness. I respect your decision and won't take up more of your time. All right, so let's see what our response is. So we definitely have to follow up because that's where everything happens, and following up and keeping in contact with people over time. What I would also include is when people respond with information, not always just trying to ask for an appointment, maybe sending a PDF or something. And I think that that's the upgrade I would probably make to this. But let's just see what the response we got to that. I hear you. Sounds like you know. Uh, sounds like now isn't the right time. Most teams only spot 20 to 30% hidden revenue leaks once they audit their funnel. If you ever want a quick, no obligation 10-minute scan to see if you're leaving deals on the table, would you be open to that? And I think a good upgrade would be right here. And PS, or by the way, here's a PDF you can hold on to in the future should you ever have X, Y, or Z problems. Nice chatting. So I think that that would be better. I think that would add more value. So I think that that would be an upgrade that I would do this. Add some sort of PDF, maybe have a library of different PDFs. And depending on either their answer or what we originally reached out to, I think that would be a good one here. But again, I think a pretty decent response. So instantly wasn't horrible, but when you refine it, you can do different things like respond back with information, or um, we have a couple of webinars, group webinars, maybe that would be better for you. You know, we could take their response and we could just kind of work with them. So there's a lot more that can be done. So refining, I think, is definitely the way. I think when people think of like HubSpot integrations and optimizations, they think workflows and automations, but it's really anything that removes sales friction and helps you to get um, happier customers and solve more problems. So hey, thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video.